who she belonged to, who she belonged to, who she belonged to. So I'm like, I don't belong to nobody. Like, I'm a stray. I said it just like that. I'm a stray. I come and I go as I please. Like, I don't do P's. I don't do max. I don't do none of that. Like, I do what I want to do, and that's just that. My name is Kitty Couture. That's Kittie Kotore. Ain't no you because it's always been just me. And that's on period. Grab your snacks. I ain't got nothing to drink but some water. Eating all these damn snacks knowing I should not be eating them, but oh, and I'm here 6 days later because a bitch was sick as so y'all. Okay, so I'm back with another story time. And I have so many stories, y'all, that I don't even be knowing what to really tell. Like okay. So I'm gonna tell y'all about the time I got beat up for a 19-year-old. Right? The guy I was dating wanted to be with a 19-year-old girl. Yeah, it was giving PDF file. He was a PDF file for sure. Okay. Let me set the scenery. So, I'm 22 years old. Imagine, I'm 30 right now. So this was years ago. I was a stripper. Oh, right. I was a stripper. She was a stripper, too. She was a baby stripper. I was a baby stripper, too. But I was already in the game for a minute. I don't know how long she was, but I was living in that house for a little while, whatever. And, but this whole story is really a you get them how you... Wait, you lose them how you get them type of situation. And my mother always used to tell me stuff about that, but it took for me to go through stuff in life for me to be like, oh, okay, now I really see what it is. But it's okay, because it happened when I was younger, and I'm 30, and I know better now. Okay, so boom. I'm a dancer. I was dancing already probably for like a few months when I had met this man. So I met the man through his bottom girl, his bottom shorty, the breadwinner in the house or whatever. So some creepy guy that I knew, we gonna name him, he don't really need a name, we just gonna name him Poopy, cause anyways, Poopy was a PDF file too, cause he was in his late 40s, about to be 50 too. So yeah, so shorty met me through Poopy. She was like, do you really want to be here with him? Like, girl, come, I could introduce you to my peoples. He got a crib, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like a traveling stripper. I had just left Syracuse upstate with my mother. I had my own room. I just left everything behind to be just living this fantasy life of being a dancer, just like dumb. So we end up leaving from Poopy. She take me from Poopy or whatever. Poopy actually really didn't care because he had other young girls in the chamber. So she took me from Poopy. She introduced me to her peoples. Her people, like I said, got a house. He got a basement that stripper parties happen at. This is an underground stripper party. Boom boom room, DJ, the bar, and the guy he builds and breaks things down in his house. Like, I ended up calling him Bob the Builder after a while because that's really all he was doing. And his house was like breaking down around everybody. And so that's what he did or whatever. So she introduced me to him. And she was more of like a everywhere, going wherever type of, she was in the game for a long time, shorty. So I wasn't really into like going everywhere, being in everybody's face. Like, I'm basically a baby stripper too, like at that time. Not like the 19-year-old that he ended up leaving me for a couple years later. So at that point I was already like 2-3 years into the game. So yeah, so she travels, I don't travel. So I was there a lot at the house. So it was almost like the guy. Okay, so first of all, when I got there, I didn't know anybody, right? So everybody was on me trying to be like, oh, who she belong to, who she belong to, who she belongs to. So I'm like, I don't belong to nobody. Like, I'm a stray. I said it just like that. I'm a stray. I come and I go as I please. Like, I don't do P's. I don't do max. I don't do none of that. Like, I do what I want to do, and that's just that. And everybody was like, oh, okay, okay, okay. And I had cat ears. I wore cat ears all the time. So I walk in there and I'm telling everybody my name. My name is Shasha, which everybody called me Shasha back in my neighborhood or whatever, people who I went to school with. So they see the cat ears and they like a girl that I ended up having a crush on. She was a stud. She ended up naming me Kitty. She the one who named me Kitty. My job, this was like, how many years ago? Like I said, I was like 22. I'm 30 now. Like, that's how long my name has been Kitty Couture. So, if y'all ever see anybody, oh, I just came across somebody, oh, Kitty Couture store. Like, girl, don't do that. That's me. Anyways, so the dyke named me Kitty or whatever. So everybody now calling me Kitty, Kitty, Kitty or whatever. Oh, who's gonna basically like take me under their wings? So I ended up being introduced to this man. He ended up passing away a few years later, but very nice man. Took me under his wing, showed me a couple ropes or whatever, helped me stack money, and then I ended up not messing with him anymore. And then I ended up messing with the guy who owned the house that Shorty introduced me to, right? As she's doing what she doing, partying, 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 I'm there basically, you know, helping around, cleaning around, whatever. I remember one night he asked me, he was like, oh, what you here for? Like that. I'm like to get money. And he like, nah, like what you want from me? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know you to want anything from you. He like, nah, everybody always come around me to want something from me. And I'm like, okay, I guess. I went ahead, shook my butt somewhere, made my money or whatever. I ended up like really never leaving from there, right? Like weeks went by and I'm just there. So I get hella cool with everybody. Like I said, they didn't gave me a nickname. I didn't picked out a room wherever I'm sleeping. I forgot where I was sleeping, but the boom boom room ended up becoming my room. Like he allowed me to decorate it pink and all types of stuff. The strippers used to come in there and get dressed and all that, like lit. So, shorty one night, she is doing like a club event somewhere, whatever, and me and him end up doing the do. Like we end up doing the do. So, um. So yeah, we doing the do, and she came. Well, she called him. She called him and was like, "Oh, I'm getting off for work soon. Can you come pick me up?" So he was like, "All right." And then he ain't hurry up. We was doing the do, and she came. I think somebody gave her a ride. She came. She busted the door. And me and him was doing the do. She called us. He got up and pushed her out of the house. She was running around the whole house like smashing stuff. She ended up breaking his front window, at like the sunroom in the house. She broke the whole window. That ended up becoming my room too. That was connected to his room. And yeah, so and that's what I said in the beginning. How like you get them. How you got them is how you lose them. So it's like I didn't intentionally take him from her. We could have been a poly thing. She wasn't willing to like share him, but everybody in the whole world knew that he was not cuffing nobody. We are stripper 304s. This is what we doing. He used to always tell every girl, leave your feelings at the mailbox. Like, this is not that. Y'all not coming in here to be all like, oh, we in a relationship. Like, I do what I want. I go where I want. And that's just that. So, I ended up basically being cool with that because that's exactly how I moved too. So, me and him was more like real cool peoples. And we did what we did. And I lived there. But feelings was still starting to like be caught, I guess, between us. More so him because I remember one day he was yelling in the house like, "Oh, I gotta stop this girl. I gotta stop this girl." I'm like, it's good. Like, and he was bald headed. Like, I got you about to fucking scratch your skull out. Like, okay, well then stop touching me then, I guess, or whatever. So, but I had to end it up like I had to leave in order for him to really, like, not really, because even when I left, he still was trying to touch me. Like, whatever. So she do what she do. My job. She wrecked the whole outside, like I said. Window smash, everything smashed. He calls the cops. The cops end up coming. They arrest her. She do time for like a month and some change. Like, I don't even know if he ended up bailing her out or going to see her or whatever the case. But when she got out, she wasn't allowed to come back to the house. So that was pretty much that. I didn't see her until like years later down the line, like 3 years, and I'm already still there. I done seen girls come in and out of the house like a train. Like, none super younger than me though. One day I remember I asked him, I said, would you ever deal with a girl younger than me? And I think I was like 20, about to be 23 when I had asked him that. So I met him when I was 22. I just kind of like moved there when I was 22. So I was about to be 23. It was my 23rd birthday. About to be my 23rd birthday. And I remember asking him, would you mess with somebody younger than me? And he was like, no, I wouldn't do that. I got a daughter your age. I thought when he said that was like, that meant something. That didn't mean nothing at all. Come to find out, a family member was quick to always tell this story about how he touched on her friend one day that they came from school or something like that. Mind you, this is like in the like late 70s, 80s. This man is old. Again, I like him old. Father clock, right? Real old. So this is like in the 80s type shit. So he's like 19 and the family member is like 10 type shit. The family member's friend is the same age as her. She said they woke up from a nap after school. She said she looked up and seen him over there humping on her little friend. And when the story was told, I'm like, yeah, that's like, yeah, that's that. And I don't know if it obviously had to be told on like a real drunken night, right? But I always kept it in the back of my subconscious mind. Just, I guess, waiting for proof almost. Call me Chris Hansen. I should have been trying to, I should have set up a whole Facebook account with like as a young girl just to see for myself, and that would have been enough proof. Like, because sometimes you can't always listen to people for what they say. I'm more of like a visual. I have to see for myself. So that's when I started to see like, okay, like he's interested in like young girls. Like, okay, like we all young in this strip club. Like, I really don't see no real like grown woman in here. And if it's like grown woman in here, he not really like paying too much attention to them. I'm like, okay, but like, he's not my man. I work here. Again, like, he's not my man. I work here. Like, it shouldn't really be any of my concern, but at the same time it is, because I'm choosing to still be around him, share my energy with him, pay him money for living here, for using essentials in here. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm basically sleeping with a PDF at that point. Nothing was proven yet, right? Until this 19-year-old girl. I won't say she came out of nowhere, because it was other events and parties happening. Like I said, I never really went to any of them. But he would go. Like, go ahead. Like, you not my man. Like, do your thing, though. He was involved with this 19-year-old girl outside of the house. Like, she would not come to any of the parties. And if she did, I never really seen her. Like, I'm at the bar every night. Like, I'm seeing everybody that really come in and out. Like, I could see from the bar. I could see the front door. I never seen that girl in my life. So around this particular time, I forgot what was happening, but it was nice outside. I remember that, right? Okay, so this is fast forward. Me and him then been through all types of stuff together. He didn't put his hands on me at no point. I didn't seen him kick the girl who introduced me to him. He didn't pushed her down the stairs, kicked her in the face with some Timberlands, left the whole Timberland bottom of the boot on her face. I didn't seen him do all types of stuff to these girls, right? But some way, somehow, every time he used to clench his mouth like this and then do the Arthur fist, and that's when I knew, pew, got up out of there. That's my cue, because you're not about to get me next. I grew up in foster care, like, I see the signs, like, from a mile away. So, so he I think he did say at one point, and I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I believe him, because whatever. He was like, oh, kitty, I won't ever hit you. It was like, kitty, I won't ever hit you. Right out, right? Because like you hit women. What makes me different? It's just not my time yet, right? Boom. Fast forward. It's a nice day. I think we having like a cookout stripper party type stuff. The guy who showed me the ropes when I first moved there is out there with the guy who owns the house, who I was now dealing with. They out there chit-chatting. So I'm making my rounds, probably cleaning the basement bathroom, getting ready for the party tonight or whatever. So I remember running up the stairs out of the basement to the backyard where they were standing. The guy says, yo, kitty, don't be following me around tonight. You stay behind that bar and don't you move. So I had a habit of when he disappeared, I used to be like, and where did he disappear to? Because at the end of the day, it's like, you supposed to be cool enough with me to tell me, like, I don't know, like, some people would say, like, oh, he don't have to tell you nothing because he's not your man. I get it. But if we laying down and it's not with protection, I would hope that we would be adult enough to be like, okay, well, I slept with this girl. I know you ain't give it to me or whatever. Like, we have to keep some type of log within each other if we choosing to lay down unprotected. I'm sorry. I have enough respect for my partner. If we have this agreement and I choose to go out one night and I'm doing my thing, I get extra turn or whatever, and I meet a guy and we do something and a pop. You think I'm not gonna tell my partner, like, yo, I had mad fun last night. I'm about to head to the ER, go get this checkup real quick. You know what I'm saying? About to go handle that. Like that, we should be adult enough to. But he was still had the mind of a child, but was in an adult body like Jody, like real life Jody. Like he kind of looked like Jody too, bald headed too. So he was like, yeah, stay behind the bar. Don't you move. Like, don't be coming up, come follow me, checking where I'm at. So I said, oh, you just wanna F all the strippers tonight. I said that. That's what I said. You just wanna F all the strippers tonight. Just say that. And I don't know what he said after that, because I ended up walking away, probably because I didn't want to get hit. But I walked away. I said what I wanted to say. But he didn't like that I said that, because I think he ended up catching like a real bad attitude, a tantrum. So he's like stumping around the house, banging stuff. So I'm like, you know what? That's my cue to start packing my stuff. So that's what I did. I started packing my stuff. Packing. And as I'm packing, the crowd of people is starting to basically come in. Like, the people who's normally like hanging out daytime, nighttime, spending the night, chilling with everybody, like those normal type of people, like the crew really started like falling in. So my stuff is basically all packed up in the living room, waiting for somebody that the guy knows, to come pick me up, to take me to their house so I could be on my next adventure. So he said, oh, somebody that he knew came upstairs and was like, oh, kitty, can you hook up the hookah for us? And I was like, I'm not hooking up no hookah for y'all. Tell them little girls that he got here that they could hook up the hookah for themselves. And the guy looked at me like, oh, and went downstairs and told the guy that I said that. So he came upstairs and was like, yo, what's your issue? What's your problem? Again, once a man asks me what my issue is, I already know. He about to hit me. He about to hit me. He about to beat my ass. Because 9 times out of 10, I got an issue. You feel me? So he like, yeah, what's your issue? He come up here ask you to do the hookah. Why you just can't go downstairs and do the hookah? Like, what's your problem? And I said something about like, oh, you just wanna, you just wanna be on some PDF file stuff. When I said that, he opened his front door, which was to like the house, actual house inside that apartment, grabbed me, opened the actual front door to the outside, and threw me down like 3 flights of stairs. I went to tumbling. I got up. He punched me. He pushed me in the bushes that was full of thorns. He picked up my phone and tossed it across the street into the neighbor's yard. The neighbors had like a huge yard. And threw it over there. And I think I had got out the bush, the thorns. He pushed me in again. But that one clock that he did on my eye, he did a number on me. Because as I got up, the guy who put me under his wing, he came outside and was like, yo, Kitty, yo, you need to leave now. And I'm like, no, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. It was this hard. I said, no, I'm not leaving. I need my phone. I need my phone. He like, where your phone? Where your phone? I said, he threw it across the street. Can you call me? So he starts calling it and it starts to ring across the street. So he goes and get my phone. So he gives it to me and he was like, yo, your face. And I can't feel nothing. My adrenaline pumping, but I'm like, thank you. And I went around the corner and I sat on the curb around the corner from where the house was, where we lived, where the strip house was. And I called the person who was supposed to be on their way an hour ago. And if they would have came an hour ago, maybe I would have never got my butt whooped. But they was running late. So I'm like, where you at? He just hit me. And they like, oh, we coming right now. We coming right now. So as I'm on the phone, I hang up. I hear it. Click, 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 click. And no one sees me. It's dark. And I'm on the curb, on the ground, like behind cars type shit. And it's the group of like strippers. It's a group of strippers just walking towards me. And one of the strippers was the girl that he that was his bottom girl that she introduced me to him. She was hanging out with the young girls too. Don't sit here and tell me I don't know if it was a whole setup to like, oh, we gotta get her out of there so we could run the house now, because that's what ended up happening. Like, people could sit here and say like, oh, the house was boring, it wasn't that lit no more when I started like being around or whatever, but I don't know. It was just some stuff that I just wasn't willing to go for. Like, the ship was extra sturdy. It was nobody was getting like touched on, like drunk out, blacked out drunk. It was none of that, because Kitty is like a cat for real. I'm in all these rooms. I'm watching everybody. I got my eyes on you. Yeah, I ended up becoming like a mother, and I guess that wasn't liked too much by some people. So yeah, they started walking past me, and they walked in, and yeah, the person who was coming to get me, they went in the house. They helped me get all my stuff out. And then I ended up staying with them for a little while. And I think what did I do? I don't know if I ended up moving back upstate with my mom or what. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, my mother was like, come on home. Come on home. Oh yeah. And that's one thing he called my mother when he beat me. He called my mother like the night he beat me and was like, I was trying to I was trying to kill him, Mom. I was trying. And she was like, baby, when he was telling me that, I had goosebumps. She was like, I'm glad you got out of there because I really do believe that he was trying to hurt you. But I blame me. I always take accountability for a lot of the things that I do because the tongue is really powerful, right? So one day I was telling him like, oh, yeah, if you ever want me to leave up out of here, you will go. You will. That's the only way I'm gonna leave from around here and never come back is if you put your hands on me. That's the only way I'm gonna leave and not come back. I said that. That's what he did. And a lot of people thought that he was always hitting on me. And I had to tell people, no, he was not beating on me. That was the first and last time that he got the chance to put his hands on me. Yeah, and I never really chose to breathe no air with him again. But, I see him every once in a while. Might like, you know, whenever I go to Queens and if I'm over there, like, excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. When I moved in with the girl who I told y'all in the last story who's a dancer, she still somewhat associates herself with them. So it was his birthday and I went with her or whatever. And I was like, crickets. It was nobody in the party. But at that point, a whole 5 years that went by, I done heard all types of stories. Crazy stuff. Like, stuff that didn't happen when I was there. Like, so yeah, I remember the girl who named me Kitty, she was like, Kitty, you should see the girls there now. All of them got colorful hair like you. They all look like broke down versions of you, yo. It's crazy. I'm like, well, damn. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, he whooped my aunt. He whooped my aunt. And yeah. Pretty much that was around the last time that I really chose to dance. Like I told y'all in the last story, I quit around after COVID. Like after COVID, it was no more shaking that thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that story time. All right, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification so you guys can know the next time that I post. I'm gonna do my best to post consistently. Like, girl, how you gonna get monetized and you post it once a week? But like I said, I was sick. Like I was like about to die. Like, and my boo left me. I'm single, and my birthday's in a couple days. He left me and I was sick. How you leave me? It don't matter if I was like yelling like pop, 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 pop. You wasn't supposed to leave me while I was sick, down and out. But it's alright. I'm looking for a rider. We can get it, okay. Bye, y'all.